Hey there and welcome to another episode of Football Everyday, coming to you live and direct from Studio V at the Wanatama Shopping Centre in PJ as usual. My name is Nelson and joining me today is a very, very special guest, Liang, local R&B singer. Liang, thanks for being here with us, bro.
No worries, my pleasure.
Great to have you. And Liang's a massive football fan, I tell you, and today's, obviously, you know, as you can see from the jersey. So today's going to be kind of an up close and personal session with the guy, because Shebby unfortunately couldn't be with us today. Bro, so let's start with your favorite team and
yes,
why.
please. Well, I've been supporting United for like the last, since my school days. I've had the privilege of watching people like Eric Cantona play. I've had the privilege of watching Andre Kanchelskis run down the wing back in the day. Lee Sharp. So guys like this, and it's just built over the years. I've had the privilege of watching the treble live. I've seen Ryan Giggs score that amazing solo goal in the FA Cup. On TV live when it happened. It's amazing. So the memories just keep building, and I'll be a Red till I die.
Great stuff, man. But and great team to support, I must say. Being a bit biased there, but okay, bro. I mean, before we get into more football chat, tell us a bit about what you've been up to lately in terms of music and all.
Oh, plenty, man. Okay, what happens is, I'm currently on the brink of releasing my new album. It's called Rigga Dang Digga Digga. It's a mouthful, but it kind of rolls off. It's Rigga Dang Digga Digga, and I've been privileged to have a lot of people on the album. I've got Dayang Nur Faiza do 2 songs with me. I've got Juwita Suwito do a song with me. I've got K-Town Clan. I've got a whole lot of great collaborations. So I'm just waiting to let it out. In the midst of working on music videos as well. A whole bunch of other things, and of course, every weekend it will be for football.
Right,
that's
man.
what's going on.
That's what weekends are for, right?
That's exactly what
Right, getting to the business now, bro. I mean, you got to start with Liverpool's surprising 3-1 loss to Fulham at Craven Cottage last weekend. I mean, as much as we Man U fans love to hate the Reds, right? The fact is, I think they really were disappointing in the night, right, bro?
I think so, because what happened was it kind of just undid all the good work that was done at Anfield like a week ago.
Beating United, right?
Yeah, so they were losing for a bit, beat United, and everybody's like, yeah, let's do this, and then they go away to Fulham, down to 9 men and lose 3-1. So you're like, where's the logic in that? You don't quite know what's happening, but some people say Rafa's got it wrong. Some people say, players are demoralized. Could be a whole bunch of different things. But, at the end of the day, you still lost 3-1, so hey.
So, but in general, would you agree with the word going around that Rafa did get his tactics wrong?
I'd say, okay, there's one school of thought that says the managers got it wrong, partly through, and there's another school of thought that says, the players are demoralized and because, they basically, formed the team around Gerrard and Torres. Right, So, both of them not really fit. So, you kind of have both the talismans kind of, a little bit wonky at the moment. So everybody's kind of just feeling it like, can we do it? Can we really be in the top 4 again this season? So, all this kind of thing just kind of creates a lot of doubt. And I think it shows. You beat United one week when everybody's, let's do it. And then let things sail along for a little bit and, hey, it's a 3-1 at Fulham. So, I'd say it's a little bit of both.
I mean, but generally, right, like you said, Liverpool kind of flattered to deceive, right? I mean, they beat United and everyone says, hey, they're back.
Exactly.
And then your expectations are high again. And then
but
flat, right?
But nobody wins anything in November. So, the season's long and the season's hard. There are a whole bunch of games coming up. I'd say, it's thrilling to watch. People have written them off, but, they're a good side. And Rafa's still a really, really decent manager. So I think at the end of the day, it adds to the whole entertainment side of it. Let's just wait and watch and see what happens come May.
Right, great stuff, man. I mean, okay, they've lost 5 out of 11 now, and I think no one's really won the league, after losing that kind of games.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's only November.
It is.
I got to ask you, last word on Liverpool. Do you think Rafa needs to reinforce in January, man?
I really think so. I think he really needs to, have a lot more key players and really, really influential players, world-class players.
Backup for Torres as well.
Yeah, backup for Torres as well, because right now, if Torres is out, you got to go for people like, Ngog.
Who?
Him. Well, he scored though, so all credit to the guy. But I think he needs really, really world-class players to be able to back up, just be the real spine of the team. People talk about Carragher being, over the hill, losing his legs and all that kind of a thing. Might be true, but at the end of the day, you still need world-class players for a world-class kind of a squad. And I think that's what Rafa needs to go out and do. January transfer window is coming up.
Yeah, he's got to buy, right?
Yeah.
Great stuff, man. Moving on, let me get a quick word from you on Arsenal. I mean, over the weekend, they easily beat Spurs in the London Derby by 3-0. I mean, bro, you like the way the Gunners play, man? I
love the way the Gunners play, but I think what added flavour to the whole weekend was, Robbie Keane came up and said, oh, we've got a better team, we've got a better bench, and that kind of just stoked the furnace a little bit more. But I felt, the Gunners were always going to be a class above. You saw the way Fabregas just danced through the whole side and scored. It was like, playground kind of stuff, you get this guy just come and dance around the whole thing and just you know, so cool and just oozing class. And I think, you know, they've just got too much class for Spurs on the weekend.
Man. So, I mean, overall, I mean, who stands up for you in this Arsenal team at the moment, man?
They've got so many key players that really stand out. You've got like Van Persie, who's just class. You've got people like, you know, Fabregas, who's just class. You know, they're all class players. Now, on top of that, you've got a very, very young squad. You know, squad whose average age is like 21.
And eager to do well. And,
eager to do well. They've got so much more to improve. They've got so much more to learn. You know, I think in years to come, you know, it could go the way of Fergie's fledglings when they first came out. You know, they're all oozing class, and they all just need that little bit of experience. Just get more games under their belt, and eventually, you know, they'll get there.
Great stuff, but quick one. Spurs definitely not top 4 class yet, right? Not
well,
top 4 material yet.
They might,
based on that performance.
You know, but they've got a really good manager. I really have a lot of respect for Harry Redknapp.
I agree with you.
Yeah. So you know, seasons long, I think they'll definitely make it into the Europa League. But as to whether they will crack in the top 4, you know, it adds to, you know, we'll wait and see.
The excitement of the EPL, right?
Yeah.
Nice one, man. But it's time for our first break here on Football Every Day. So do stay tuned, as we'll be right back with more chat and banter after this. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the second segment of Football Every Day here at Studio V. And with me, Nelson, of course, and special guest Liang once again. Bro, we talked about Arsenal before the break, right? So let's take a look at Chelsea now, man. I mean, the Blues have been scoring goals for fun of late, I tell you, right?
For fun is the right word, man.
Yeah, so have they impressed you, and would you say they're favourites for the title at the moment, at least?
You know, okay, I'm trying to keep like a totally non-biased view. I'd say they'll be there or thereabouts, you know, definitely. You know, they've got a great coach, they've got great players. But you know, there'll be twists and turns. You know, what really surprises me is, you know, nobody really factored in the African Nations Cup, because Chelsea has got a whole, you know, African contingent that will be missing. You talk about people like Drogba, Essien, you know, Kalu, and all that kind of, you know, and these are key players.
And even Drogba himself said that he feels he's afraid that they'll be affected by the African Nations Cup.
I think they will be. So you know, they look strong now, but come January, it's a different story. So you know, hard to say.
And with the transfer ban and all.
Yeah, with the transfer ban coming up because of Gil Kukata. And I'd say, you know, January will be a deciding factor. If they can come out from that period of time, you know, still riding high, I'd say they're good for the title.
Right, I mean, you mentioned a good manager just now, right? So, bro, I mean, what are your thoughts on Carlo Ancelotti? I mean, compared to previous Chelsea managers like Gullit, Mourinho?
You know, my favorite Chelsea manager would have been Mourinho, because he had class, you know, he knew what he was doing, and he just had charisma. You know, guys like that don't come around often, like once in a lifetime. Carlo Ancelotti, you know, he knows his stuff. He's won stuff at Milan. You know, he's managed great players, so he knows how to handle egos in the dressing room. But more than that, you know, I think he's gone about doing, you know, his work really quietly and efficiently. So I think that's really respectable, because you know, he's got a whole bunch of stuff to deal with. You know, he's got the transfer ban coming up. He's got a whole bunch of his squad members leaving in January.
Lots of them are aging as well. I mean.
Exactly. You know, you're talking about an aging squad as opposed to like people like Arsenal, who've got a very young squad. So I think, you know, taking all that into account, he's just gone about his work really quietly and efficiently, and produced great results. You know, they're hammering everybody else. You know, home and away.
Man.
It's crazy.
I agree with you there. I mean, but I got to ask you, will Ancelotti bring a title to Chelsea in his first year in charge, you think, just like Mourinho?
Well, you see, being a United fan, you know, we're hoping for a 4 in a row. We've won 3 in a row. Nobody's quite done a 4 yet. So you know, I'm hoping that generally be a deciding factor. You know, they'll all leave to Africa, come back, tired lah, and
so
all
they
that
can
kind
have
of
the League Cup, right? But all right, great stuff, bro. But let's chat a bit now about our team. You know, Man United, man. I'm sure we agree that in terms of goals, United are still struggling to cope with the loss of Ronaldo and Tevez. But I think results-wise, so far, they've not been too bad, right?
They've not been too bad. You know, there've been 1 or 2 that have gone, you know, against the run of play. You know, but in general, you know, we've kept up a really good string of results. You know, we've got decent players. You know, really decent players. We've got world class players even. But I gotta say, you know, things could have been a little bit better. It's quite apparent that, you know, on the right wing we miss the penetration of Ronaldo. We miss, you know, Tevez' just, you know, tenacity, hounding down defenders and chasing down every ball. We miss that. which is probably explainable, you know, why people say, oh, Berbatov's lazy, because they kind of miss that energy that Tevez had.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know Fergie's made a couple of wrong decisions this season, especially in terms of the midfield, I think. So as a Devils fan, bro, I mean, having followed the United team throughout the years, I'm going to ask you who your first 11 would be if you were managing United right now.
Can we bring Roy Keane back? No, I'm just kidding, man. But okay, well, my first 11 will be like up front. We'll definitely have Rooney, that's for sure. Berbatov, left side Giggs for sure. Right hand side, definitely Valencia. You know, he's just got industry. This guy's got pace.
Valencia
this guy's
over Nani, right?
Yeah, definitely. You know, because Nani could have his on days and off days. You never quite know when the real Nani is going to show up. And in the center, I'll have Fletcher and Anderson. Fletcher and Anderson.
There, man. I think Scholes is kind of past it as well.
A bit. Kinda. You know, every now and then he's got key moments, magic moments, but you know, he's kind of, the legs are showing just a little bit. So I'd say Anderson and Fletcher. And then at the back, you know, it picks itself. You've got Evra, who's just been tremendous.
Yeah.
You've got Ferdinand Vidic, kind of shaky at the moment, but still a class act. And on the right-hand side, you know, that's where you could
debatable, right?
Yeah, it's a toss between Raphael, could be Gary Neville, could be John O'Shea.
Yeah. Wes Brown.
Yeah, Wes Brown. You know, one of these four.
And you got to have Van der Sar in goal, right?
That is for sure, because you know, nothing against Foster, but you know, he may need a few more games.
One for the future?
Yeah, one for the future.
Lovely stuff, man. So let's get into our email of the week very quickly, which comes from Muhammad Nizam, who's a big EPL fan, but likes to support the underdogs and dark horses rather than the big four. So Liang, big four aside, man, who would your picks for surprise dark horses be this season?
I've got quite a few, you know, teams right outside of, you know, who I normally support. But I'd say, you know, apart from Man City, who's spending a lot of money, Spurs, I've got a soft spot for Sunderland.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, they have been playing well, I got to agree, man.
Playing really well. You know, they've got great players, a great manager in Steve Bruce. You know, just class. And, you know, the way they've come to the big four and not being, you know, just have no fear and just go out and play the game. I think that speaks a lot.
Right, great stuff, man. Nizam, thanks a lot for your email. Keep them coming. To write to us, drop a line at football@thestar.com.my. It is time for our final break here on Football Everyday, but we'll be right back with more chat and banter with myself and Liang here on Football Everyday, so stay tuned. And you're back with us here on the third and final segment of today's show. Time now to take a look at some of the weekend's eye-catching fixtures. I tell you, bro, and where else can we start but at Stamford Bridge?
Stamford
for the
Bridge
big one.
Place.
Yeah, man. Where league leaders Chelsea welcome second place Man United. Bro, can we expect to see lots of action, you think, or will it be a very, very close and tight and, you know, cautious affair?
I'd say be tight and cautious, you know, because we're at Stamford Bridge for one, so Chelsea will go all out. But you know, I'd say it'll be a 1-0. They'll just sneak it in 1-0. We will sneak it in 1-0.
Oh, United.
Wow. Yeah. I have a soft spot for Owen, so I think Owen might just come around and do a poacher's goal.
Right. I mean, but so in your opinion, you genuinely think that United can go to the bridge, come away with a win?
I think, you know, we've got to get over the setback of what happened at Anfield. So, you know, yeah, we beat Blackburn, but you know, I think we won like a really big scalp. So, you know, Chelsea is as big as it gets.
Right.
So, you know, we want to go there and really boost our morale and, you know, maybe give Wayne Rooney like Happy Father's Day present.
Yeah,
kind of a thing, yeah.
So score prediction for me then would be 1-0 to United.
1-0.
So you heard it here on Football Every Day from the man Liang, man. I really hope your prediction comes true.
I hope so too, man. I hope so too.
But let's move on to White Hart Lane, where Harry Redknapp's wounded Spurs host the team you mentioned just now, informed Sunderland, man. I mean, bro, can Spurs bounce back from their 3-0 thrashing by Arsenal in last weekend's derby, you think?
Well, they've got experienced players, you know, they're all experienced internationals. You've got people like Robbie Keane who, you know, who's been there and done that. So I think, you know, they've got enough level heads in that team to be able to say, hey, come on guys, let's do this and get a result. And I think that's exactly what they'll do. They'll go Sunderland. It won't be easy, but I have a feeling Spurs might just nick that 2-1.
Right, I mean, but talking about level-headed guys, we just spoke about Robbie Keane earlier on, bro, you know, who said, you know, they're better than Arsenal. So talking is one thing, but you got to walk the talk, right?
You definitely have to do that because, you know, it's one thing to say before the match, you know, what's going to happen. It's another thing to be on the pitch and you know, doing as you said. So I think, but you know, they're a class act altogether. You know, great manager, great players. I think they'll sneak this one.
Great one, man. And from one Manchester team to the other, you know, where Man City faced surprise package Burnley, bro. City have drawn their last 4 league matches, and I'm sure Mark Hughes will expect, I think, nothing less than 3 points from this, right?
Yeah, you know, I
It's
think
a home game.
yeah, it's a home
against, you
game.
know,
The fans will be
Burnley.
expecting something. The manager's expecting something. The players will be itching. I think, you know, that's where they will release, you know, all guns blazing kind of a thing. And yeah, I think
You think Burnley are in for backlash?
yeah, I definitely. Well, that's for sure. Because the thing is, Burnley have lost their key goalkeeper. You know, Jensen's out. So I have a very strong feeling it'll be a Man City whitewash.
Right, I hope you're right.
I hope.
Well, not that I support Man City, but
No, but you know,
I
just
think,
being unbiased, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds realistic, man.
Yeah, it does.
But I got to ask you, overall on Man City, bro, what are your thoughts in terms of, you know, the new ownership, their spending power and stuff? Do you think you really take them places, or are they just pretenders?
Well, right now the signs are looking really promising because, you know, the money that have come in, you know, is just tremendous. You know, you talk about oil money and it's coming in from all over the place, and they've gone out and at least tried to get like key players like Kaka. They've tried, you know, but they've landed great players like Gareth Barry, Adebayor, Tevez. So, you know, all in all, I think they've spent well.
Right.
The results have kind of gone their way, just about. You know, well, the last 4 draws, not quite, but in general. So I think they'll be there. If there was any team that will have a great chance of breaking into the top 4,
It should be
I'd say
Man City, right?
yeah.
With the resources they have.
Definitely.
Great stuff, guys. Very quickly, bro, Arsenal travel to Wolves. So give us a score prediction here, man.
Oh, it'd be like tennis, 6-1.
To Arsenal, right?
Yeah, to Arsenal, for sure.
A nice one, man. So to round up today's show, this week's Football Everyday fun fact is on Liang's favourite team, and mine, of course, Man United. Bro, did you know that the only major honour that United have never won is the UEFA Cup? Although they did reach the quarterfinals in the 1984-85 season. Bro, I mean, before you say anything, I'm sure you don't mind them not winning the UEFA Cup as long as they keep playing the Champions League, right?
Yeah, you know, why bother about the small pie when you've got like the big pie to worry about? You know,
Yeah.
we've got, you know, we're playing with top teams all the while. So, you know, well, UEFA Cup, well, we got close to getting into the UEFA Cup one season though, not too long ago. And I'm pretty glad we sneaked into the Champions League, so I'm grateful.
Yeah. So how long over the years, how long do you see United keeping this up, this level of football? I mean, who do you think is going to succeed Ferguson? You know, can he do the same for United as what Fergie did?
Well, in terms of who's succeeding Ferguson, it could be anyone. You know, it could be one of his former players. It could be Roy Keane. It could be Steve Bruce. It could be Hughes.
Jose Mourinho?
Yeah, it might be. You know, if it were up to me, I'd say Mourinho. But, you know, he's got a proven track record. You know, he's done well in the EPL and he's done well in Serie A as well.
Right.
So, you know, he's great class act. So maybe Mourinho. But I'd say, you know, where this all ends, it might be when Ferguson steps down.
I hope not, but yeah. Nice one, man. So just before we go, it's been great having you with us today. But
Likewise.
tell us a bit more about what your fans can expect from you in the upcoming months, man.
Oh, well, I'll be at the regular Mamak hangouts, you know, watching football, that's for sure. But apart from that, you know, there'll be concerts and all that coming up, plus a new album called Rigga Dang Digga Digga. You want to check that out, it's called Rigga Dang Digga Digga. And yeah, it'll be out in store soon.
Right, man, great. Thanks a lot. All the best.
Likewise, my friend.
Pleasure having you today. Hope
Likewise.
to see you again. We'd love to see more of you on the show. Till next Wednesday, Nelsen here saying ciao on Football Everyday and enjoy your football.
I like it too, man. It's good.